In this video, I'm going to teach you guys the most easy and simple way to invite a girl for an instant date. Now, there is no cooler experience than walking up to a pretty girl spontaneously on the street that's exactly your type. You end up in like a fun conversation together, and then within minutes of meeting, you end up going for a coffee date or a juice date or an ice cream date, or maybe you end up going for drinks or even dinner. There is no cooler experience than having the ability to meet a complete stranger and within minutes of meeting them, take them on the date. But the question is, how in the world do you do it? In this video, I'm going to teach you a step-by-step process on how to actually make this happen. So you're walking down the street and you see a girl that's exactly your type. You build up the courage and the confidence to go and actually start a conversation with her. You give her a compliment, and now the conversation seems to be going pretty smoothly. What you guys need to do in order to actually take girls on instant dates is, first of all, within the conversation, within the first 2 to 3, maybe even 4 minutes of actually interacting with this girl, you need to screen for her what we call her logistical availability. Now, this will determine whether you should be going for her contact details or her number or Instagram to actually potentially set up a future date, or if a logistical situation is good or her logistical availability is good, then you could potentially invite her for a coffee date, an ice cream date, a juice date, or even like just a romantic walk along a boulevard or somewhere in the city. But the most important thing is you understand her logistics. So within the first 2 to 5 minutes, you just need to ask her a very simple question like, hey, by the way, what are you up to today? Now, if she responds with something like, well, I was just walking around the city, or I was just doing some shopping, or I was about to catch up with some friends in a couple of hours, but right now I'm just kind of like chilling out, just enjoying the scenery. Or maybe, for example, she says, well, I'm just waiting for my train. It comes here at 5 o'clock and it's 4 o'clock, right? She says something along the lines of this, alarm bells should be going off in your head, thinking to yourself, oh shit, okay, this girl is cute. She seems engaged. She's happy to have a conversation with me. She seems to be relatively free right now. Maybe I can invite this girl for a date. But if she responds with, after you ask the question, hey, by the way, what are you up to today? She goes, oh, I'm just about to head to work. I'm about to catch up with some friends. I'm on my way home for a birthday party. And she seems constrained in terms of time. Then in your mind, you should be thinking, okay, cool. This interaction or this conversation with this girl is probably not going to lead to a date right now. But this is where I should just stick in, build a little bit more investment, build some more connection, get to know her a little bit deeper over like the next 3-4 minutes before inevitably she's going to need to leave. So the best bet from there is just to get the contact details. But if her logistical availability is good, then all you got to do is carry the conversation forward for like another 2 to 3 minutes, and then look at her and say, hey, I know this is a little bit spontaneous, but there's a cool coffee place just around the corner. Did you want to come grab a quick coffee? You can literally say something literally as simple as that. What are you doing right now?
I go shopping.
You go shopping? Do you have like a spare 10 minutes maybe?
Maybe.
So I was going to ask maybe if you were feeling spontaneous, we could go for a quick coffee, have a bit more of a conversation, and then I understand that you got to go buy some pants. So maybe after you could get some pants?
But I have...
Yes, Google Translate's fine.
I have training today.
You have training? Training?
Training.
Like sports training, gym
Yes.
training? Okay, what time?
2 hours.
In 2 hours? Yeah. So I'm asking, did you want to go for a coffee for 10 minutes? One coffee, very quick. And then, we can exchange contact details and then, yeah, sound cool? Okay, sweet. Let's go try find ourselves a nice coffee place, but quickly, because obviously you have training a little later. I think there's some places down here. Now, if she says yes, perfect. Just lead, be decisive, figure out where you're going, and go for the coffee date. Now, if she gives like a small objection, like, I'm not sure, like I've got to catch up with my friends soon, or I'm supposed to be doing some shopping, something like this, don't freak out and just give up straight away. What you can do is you say, let's say for example, she says, I've got to catch up with some friends. You could be like, cool, what time are you catching up with your friends? And she might be like, oh, in like the next 30 minutes. You'd be like, that's sweet. What we can do is we could just go to the coffee shop, we sit down for like 10 minutes, quick chat, my shout for the coffee, and then we can call it a day. Does that sound cool to you? And most of the time, when you give a false time constraint like this, she'll most likely be like, well, I've got nothing better to do. Fuck it. Why not? Or for another example, she might say, right now I'm actually supposed to be going to some dance training or gym training. You could be like, okay, cool. Well, what time does that start? She goes, oh, well, it's going to be in like another hour. You'd be like, cool. Well, what we could do is the coffee place or the ice cream place or the juice place is just around the corner. What we could do is we could just sit down, have one ice cream, have one drink, have a bit of a conversation for like 5-10 minutes max. And then maybe you could go to your gym training then. Does that sound cool to you? And then she could be like, yeah, sounds great. Now on the other scenario where she might be a little bit more on the fence and she goes, I don't know, maybe not today. And she gives like more resistance to you asking her to come for like a spontaneous coffee, then guys, just leave it. There's no need to push any harder than just giving like a clever little false time constraint and just saying like, why don't we just sit down for 10 minutes? After she gives resistance to that, there's not really any need to be any more persistent than that. You can just continue the conversation with her, forget that you even asked her, stick in, get to know her a little bit better for like another 5 minutes, go for her contact details and set up a date for another day. That's literally how simple it is to invite a girl for an instant date. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. And for the guys that maybe want to learn how to have more success in their dating lives, want to get more numbers, want to go on more dates, want to have more high quality experiences with the type of girls that they would prefer to date, then guys, feel free to click in the description for the link for our free consultation call with either myself or Ben or someone from our team for all coaching inquiries. But until then, boys, I'll see you in the next video.